Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to our new project, Pokemon Red version. Boy, does this take me back in time right here. Now, first, we need to put that on fast speed. I'm also going to turn off battle animation because we don't really need it that much. But that will keep things rolling here. So this is our new project. So, I'm just going to go through. I'm not going to bother with reading text and whatnot. No real reason to do that. This guy's just telling us there's cool stuff out there that we need to capture. So, for Pokemon Red here, what I'm going to do is just a quick run through of a challenge that I like to do, which is just go and capture the Pokemon that I like the most. Not Pokemon that I think that are the best necessarily. Although, to be fair, I think these are the best in Pokemon Reds. But the restrictions are I can't trade Pokemon from like Blue version or trade to get my Pokemon evolved and whatnot. I have to keep it as though it's all in one game pack. I also can't use the legendary birds. It's got to be Pokemon that otherwise I can find out and about in the world. So, that's that. Other than that, it's just, I'll go for what I want, really. This will be interesting for sure. Because basically it's just the top 6 Pokemon that I like. Although, I do like Zapdos, but I'm not gonna have him on the team, so we'll have to have a replacement for that. So this guy's like, yo, there's Pokemon. Don't even bother, son. It's cray world. It's a bit sad world out there for you. So we're gonna go choose our Pokemon easily here. He's like, these are the best in the world. So we're gonna choose. Oh, good Gary, you're facing the wrong way. He doesn't really want any of this. But we're gonna choose Charmander as our starter Pokemon here. This is the Pokemon that I first got. Red version is what I started off with, and I remember looking at the back of the like the back of the cartridge and whatnot, so in the game pack, and I was like I remember seeing that, I was like, that looks cool, whatever it is. And then I remember like looking at each of these Pokemon and deciding, oh, Charmander, there might be a way where Charmander becomes strong enough to look like that fire dragon on the box. And so, that's how I came to choose Charmander, being the very first one, and pretty much in every single version of Pokemon, I've always chosen the fire type, whatever one that is. Never regretted it since. Although I will tell you, choosing Charmander in Pokemon Red, Blue versions is the hardest route. And that's something that little 11-year-old me, maybe 12 years old, can't remember, but little young Novalith did not realize what he was getting into when he chose Charmander as his first starting Pokemon ever. But Pokemon Red still holds a lot. I still have a lot of love for this game, honestly. I'm pretty certain it was my first RPG adventure ever. The second one would be Quest 64. So I wasn't really, I came into the RPG world in a very interesting format. I didn't play really Final Fantasy until, I want to say like 6 years later after playing Pokemon. I pretty much became embedded in the world of Pokemon as my RPG experience until I think the first one I played was Final Fantasy X. That was the next RPG experience for me, so interesting times, to be sure. But let me tell you, Pokemon Red, definitely one of my top favorite games, and this is coming from a guy who has over 500 games on his Steam account alone, so I'm well aware I'm setting a high bar here. Interestingly enough, Pokemon Red and Blue are probably the worst versions to play if you're trying to start off nowadays that you could play, like, there's the Pokemon Go series, you have even Pokemon Sword and Shield, there's, honestly, I would say even, like, Sun and Moon are actually, like, pretty good starters to get the hang of what Pokemon's like. But whatevers. I still hold true that this is the best and only version you need to play. So we got Oak's parcel we have to go get and to deliver back to him. This is all necessary. Can't do anything without it. Also can't buy Pokeballs, which we're gonna need. So Charmander is eventually gonna become Charizard, which we really like a lot. So we've already got one of the 6 Pokemon that we're gonna have as our favorite Pokemon to take and try to beat the Elite Four with. So we'll go talk to our old friend here. He hasn't fought in any battles, so I don't know how he likes me. Maybe he just got some fresh air. It's just what it is. And a good old Gary. At least this time he's not gonna ask me for a fight around these parts. He's learned his lesson. Yes, the Pokedex, something that we don't really care about either, but it's necessary. And we can't make a guide on the whole world because we're just only seeing some of the Pokemon. And it's a sad world, but we do what we do here. Goodbye, Gary. Alright, but don't worry. Feel like Gary, we'll see him shortly. We're gonna waltz all the way back up. So you can get a town map, by the way, from there, like Gary tells you that sister's got one. But here's the thing with, especially like the older Pokemon generations, is you can only hold so many items. In the case of Red and Blue version here, it's 20 unique items. Up to a stack of 99 for each said unique item. And if you have a town map, that's one less slot you have. And trust me, we will run out of space to carry. It's just gonna happen. We're gonna try our best to keep that under control, but it's sort of an inevitable conflict. Anyway, we're gonna come up here. We're gonna spend some of our hard-earned allowance and go buy some Pokeballs. This is highly necessary. I'm gonna go talk to this guy. I'm gonna go buy, I'll buy 7 Pokeballs just to be safe here. And leave. This guy makes a fortune. I'm just getting little kids to buy his stuff. Alright. So, there's this area over here. There's actually an optional Gary fight that you can have. You don't have to actually come this way, but we're going to, because A, we're going to need the money, B, we're going to need the levels. So what we're going to do is we're going to start battling these wild Pokemon. We're looking for some very specific Pokemon right off the bat. One of the Pokemon here that we're going to need is a Spearow, and it's so difficult to find sometimes. I've had the worst luck the number of times I've played this just trying to find one Spearow. But we're gonna have Rattata. Rattata's more of just filling out the space right now. Rattata's actually, like, really good for attack and speed. Not necessarily so much in the health and defense departments, but he does what he does best. Okay, so this is another Pokemon we're gonna add to our team, this Nidoran here. Again, he goes for the attack and whatnot. But, well, I guess if we get a critical hit, we're just gonna have to take some of that. Just take it as is. And go find more Pokemon. The Spearow's the highlight here that we're honestly trying to get to. Alright. So, another Nidoran. This time it's level 3, which means it should live long enough through a second one. As long as we don't get a critical hit, it should be okay. There we go. Yes. Nidoran's actually not a bad choice for the sake of getting a strong Pokemon eventually, since all you need is a Moonstone once it reaches level 16, and you have a Nidoking with a Nidoran, so But we're going to be careful not to do that too early. We'll get into that later. 633, good. Just making sure. They got some good health there. I'm pretty happy so far. Alright, so now we play this hunting game. This is gonna be great. It is just me constantly trying to get this to work. I will say, one of the things I've done is I've cleaned up, I guess the images here a little bit so it's not as super blocky as it normally would be, because I've got it on such a big screen anyway. Like, it'll be interesting. It's like the graphics for the Game Boy were pretty rough, and having them enlarged past their normal size is a little bit interesting to work with. I might also have to adjust the image very slightly here. It looks like part of the, I would say a couple pixels, maybe 2 or 3, is just cutting into the top on the video. It's hard getting the setup sometimes, but it's not terrible. Like, it's just barely there. We'll get that all sorted out next time. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep going through this till I'll just basically cut forward till I actually find a Spearow. This is the hardest part of my journey. So I will see you shortly. Okay, that took, nearly 3 minutes of actual just straight up searching. And it's a level 5, so it's actually really good. Saves us some training later on here. And just go for the scratches. No, don't do that. Alright, you're not as strong as I thought you were going to be, which is okay by me, actually. Alright, throw some Pokeballs. Please work. All I want is for you just to calmly... Yes, okay. So, I prefer Spearow over Pidgey. This is a big thing for me. I prefer... Like, Spearow just tends to be the more aggressive, so the faster speed, stronger attacks kind of deal. And I just overall prefer to have him around. Spearow's going to be another one of those Pokemon that we're going to keep around for quite a while as well. And that's number 2 of our favorite 6 Pokemon to have on our team. Alright, so go for a quick heal here, just make sure everyone's good to go. We're going to actually go up to Viridian Forest, go find some more Pokemon to add to our team here. And unfortunately, the Pokemon that I would like to have on my team are both the hardest for me to find. One of them is going to be Pikachu, actually. I want an electric Pokemon pretty quickly, especially since we're going to be going... there's a person called Misty who gives me trouble like no tomorrow. That is a big thing we got to go through. The other Pokemon is actually going to be Caterpie. I'm going to just go here, grab this antidote, just because I can. They're secret items. Like, just don't show up otherwise. But we want a Caterpie for something later on here to help us get an actual Pokemon that we want to add to the team. That's a big thing. And let me tell you, the number of Weedles that I tend to find instead of a Caterpie, and I was about to mention Kakunas as well, because, you know, like, I always feel like blue version's easier for me to find Caterpies than red version is. Just, that's how I feel like. The game sits here and plots it all out for me. It goes, oh, you want these Pokemon? And of course, Pikachu's just rare by itself, so it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be good. See, now there's a Metapod. I don't want the Metapod. So, here's the problem with capturing the Metapod. It only knows Harden. And when Metapod evolves into Butterfree, it does not immediately learn an attack move right off the bat. It takes a while. So, you basically are stuck with a Butterfree that will only know Harden. It won't even know String Shot. That's the worst part. And believe me, we need a Caterpie if we're gonna have of the thing. Like, you could have a Weedle for, because specifically what I want is the string shots, and a Weedle will certainly fulfill this, but we need to do more with this, and a Weedle just won't simply do what the Butterfree's going to be able to do in the long run of things. So what I'll probably do is just cut to whenever I find one of these two highly rare Pokemon. I feel like these Weedles actually are just eating Caterpies, making sure I don't see them. Anyway, I will see you shortly. Okay, alright. Found the Pikachu, still looking for that Caterpie. I've actually moved to another patch of grass ooh, in the meantime. Ugh. That was, how long was that? That was probably 5 minutes, maybe 6. Well, that took a while. Alright, I'm okay with him using Growl. So long as I don't get a critical hit off, it'll be okay. Because we want him to be damaged, but not in danger. Yeah, there's Pokeballs. Had to remember where I put them. Okay, good. That's one of the Pokemon we want. Alright. So now, we gotta go look for this Caterpie here. I will say, on my way up here, there's an antidote normally sitting right there in a Pokeball. But, we'll see. Anyway, let's go searching. I legitimately have found so many Kakunas and I don't want to. I'm done with Kakunas. But I will see you shortly with hopefully a Caterpie in tow. Oh, okay, you have no idea. Oh my gosh. That was... Oh my gosh, that had to be at least 8 minutes of pure searching. Ugh. I even did actual reset on the game because I was just like, no, maybe this will clear up your memory. Oh my gosh. That was terrible. Like I said, I have the worst luck. And honestly, I didn't want to sit here and be like, here's a 36 minute video. That is what I'm trying to say. I really don't want to do that. Alright, we're gonna walk our way back to Viridian City. As a note, we've been avoiding this guy for now because he's a trainer. We don't want to deal with that right now. But we have the 6 Pokemon. I forgot you're a trainer too! Oh no! Okay. I completely forgot that. If you're in the grass, you won't trigger his sight, but this isn't the worst thing in the world, by the way. Like, it's a little inconvenient, but we were hoping to throw in some of our weaker Pokemon at him, but it is what it is. The goal right now is to get our Pokemon up to level 7, and I'm gonna do that in between the episodes here. I'm not gonna bother showing me battle for another, like, 2 years, you know, with my luck of finding Caterpies. It's gonna take that long. Alright, now we'll switch, get some of these lower levels up. I always forget that guy is always on the lookout, and I have to remember to be in the grass, otherwise he gets excited, wants to show me what his Pokemon can do in battle. But that's kind of our goal, because we're gonna try to get our Pokemon up to level 7, hopefully be able to take Gary on pretty easily. The little bit of extra money and extra bit of experience points for at least somebody is gonna be well worth it. And just save us a little bit of time there. Alright, we'll do a retreat. You done good, Rattata. Ugh, I'm used to... This is the problem, because I've been playing the Fire Red Omega hack, and Pokemon is down. The tab for Pokemon's down. In the original, it's off to the right, so I have to keep that in mind. Yeah, let's switch those around. I don't know why Leer is first, but it shouldn't be. We need just a tackle here. See, and this was interesting because I was going to do the next episode, I'll be all about the trainer fights. But now I've sort of ruined it. I didn't even save when I got the Caterpie because I was just going to save afterwards, but... we gone and ruined it. Oh, the Caterpie. Alright, all down the drain. But anyway, we'll go heal up. I'll get everybody up to level 7, which will be a slow grind, but necessary, believe me. It's because our first opponent's Brock. We have to do some clever little things to try to at least make it shorter than 2 hours worth of combats. But until then, I will see you next time, and I hope you all have a good day. Take care, everyone.